Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we'll be updating this 3-year-old custom Lord Drakkon. As you can see, paint job is a little sloppy and I tried to use washes for the shading. Also did a dry brush effect for all the gold parts to save time in paint. So for this one I am now trying on a newly 3D printed flex resin for the armor parts, and I think so far it looks pretty good. So we'll start prepping it for paintwork. I printed the flexible armor kit using Resi1 F69, then the helmet and headless Saber-Sword is with Resi1 Tough 74 V2. I have decided to reuse the old body but also adding the accurate armor parts, so I had to make some changes to the look and just make it my version. I could also use the same buck as the other rangers, but I really like this old custom. For the joint prep, we're using tons of hot boiling water so we can take out the pins without damaging any parts. Let it set there for about 2 minutes and then you can start trimming away. So we're just trimming the innermost part of the upper torso to thin the part that comes in contact with the abdomen, so it will turn into a softer rubber piece that can easily bend instead of digging into the paint that you just painted on. So just be careful, so if you make a mistake then you'll fully cut off the whole section and it will just look weird afterwards. So yeah, thin pieces off from the inside. Now we're just trimming the excess plastic from the joints. For a more detailed explanation, you can watch the Power Ranger and the Green Samurai Ranger videos. Again, soak it in hot water and then use a fresh blade to trim the plastic. For mcfarlane, the knee and elbow joints are made of really hard plastic, so be very careful when you're trimming it. Once you're done trimming and checking for paint rub, I would recommend to put it all together before painting. Putting the pins back would require hot water and lots of force, so it will just mess up your paint job if you put it together at the very end. So we're ready for airbrushing. I have applied matte varnish to these beforehand so it sticks a little better. I'm also using the golden SoFlat neutral gray and an Iwata HPCS 0.35mm nozzle airbrush. For the shading part, I am using a Liquitex gray acrylic ink and a 0.2mm nozzle airbrush. Tons of practice to get this right, so play around with some old fodder before you attempt it. Now we're painting the green and gold parts. I'm using the SoFlat permanent green and Citadel Retributor Armor Gold for the gold parts. Again, both have been thinned with Vallejo airbrush thinner. Okay, so these are the painted parts. Still have a lot of details and cleaning to do, so let's do it. So for this one, I decided to do some masking, since airbrushing is just much cleaner to look at. It's quite tasky and repetitive, but the end result is worth it. I would just recommend that prior to masking anything, just make sure to use a clear coat on parts that were already done. It just helps protect the paint since the tape can chip it off. So for the clear coat, I will recommend the Mr. Super Clear Matte. for this one, I'm just painting a black undercoat for our gold. I definitely need to have a black undercoat for, I'd say, majority if not all of your metallics. Painting the black parts and then applying gold on top was so tedious. So for detailed pieces like this one where you'd need to manually paint, I would recommend on getting nicer paint brushes from Michaels or Amazon rather than dollar store ones. You'd really need a steady hand when doing details like this, but don't be afraid to make mistakes. You can just clean it up later on. Now we're just doing the gold parts. I'm still using the Citadel Retributor Armor Gold. I'd say I had to do 2 to 3 passes with it. I had to thin it though with a bit of water, so it's not too clumpy when it dries. It's now all mostly done. Here's what it would look like together. So don't forget to protect your work. I used the Mr. Super Clear Matte and Gloss. You can buy them online or from Hobby Lobby. I do like 1 to 2 passes with this one, and then let it dry for, I'd say, overnight, at least 12 hours. Alright, now it's time to put it together. Yeah, always check your reference photos. I forgot that the bracers and the leg armor's green parts to it. But yeah, no problem. We can adapt and paint it. Then I'll just have to seal it again afterwards. Alright, so we're just painting the head sculpt. So this JDF unmasked Drakkon sculpt was made by Orbus22. And the armor kit from earlier is by Hayden 3D. They're both from Instagram and Cults 3D, I believe. So yeah, check them both out. Also for head sculpt painting tutorials, watch my video from way back. Disclaimer though, I am not the best at painting head sculpts, so that video is just a good start for you. Alright, we're all done. So here's some footage and pics of the Lord Drakkon, together with my other Power Rangers and my Zords. So yeah, thanks again for checking this out. See you in the next one.